I really wish we could get rid of this. I'm really sorry to my customers. I'm really sorry, customer, I have got to put my prices up because of, right, I think it's time that we actually just got and said, do you know what? We've been carrying this price for a long time. My prices has gone up, and everybody jumps on it and goes, well done. Yeah, you deserve a decent wage.
Hi, What the Pluckers. We are back with episode 2.
And season 2 is sponsored by the amazing Nouveau Lashes. And don't forget to head on over to nouveaulashes.com to check out all their training and their new products.
So, guys, today we're super excited.
We really are.
Very, very excited. Because
we have our first guest. Oh, I've just named it, Anna. I've just said it. Sorry.
Oh, God.
Jumped the gun. I wanted to say it.
But I did.
You can say it next one.
All right. So our guest today has, well, I mean, what hasn't she done? I mean, she's, 25,000 students under her belt. For starters.
Good for you, girl. Good for you.
And basically what she doesn't know about brows and this industry, to be quite honest, it just didn't even worth knowing.
No, definitely not.
Worth knowing. So can we have everyone on the feet? A massive round of applause. Scream, shout, turn us up full whack, and give it up for Debbie.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome, Debs.
Hi, how are you?
Thank you so much for being our first guest on What the Pluck as well.
No, thank you very much for having me on. I've been very, very excited to do this. So, yeah, let's go.
Oh. And you remember when we were like saying to you, we've just started a podcast and we don't know if it's going to take off. And you were like, it's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. I'll come on as a guest. Yeah. We'd said that as well after like loads and loads of mimosas. We were like, yeah, we'll have you on as a guest. Thinking she's never going to come on. But yeah, you are here, finally.
You guys are absolutely smashing it. Like, absolutely. I actually can't wait. I know this is just the new season, but the last one, it was like the highlight. I was like, is it out yet? Is it out yet? So yeah, no, you guys are smashing it. And I've had some right belly laughs laughing at you too. So it's only right if Northerners, us Scots and Northerners, we stick together.
People listening to this podcast, I mean, it's bad enough when they're listening to just our Northern accents. We've got listeners like all over the world when we've looked at the stats. They're going to listen to Northern and Scottish in one podcast and be like,
I know.
What are they saying?
Yeah,
I know. If anybody wants me to translate what I'm saying, head over to. I'm joking. I'll try and be slow and polite. Okay, now.
So Debs is the owner of the Brow Awards and the Brow Mag, and we're going to cover both of those. But before we jump into the Brow Mag, can we just reminisce on the Brow Awards 2022?
It was
what a night.
It's good, wasn't it? It was like, I genuinely, so my business partner for that, Rachel, so she's the Lash Awards, and we did not even, we couldn't even have imagined it to be as good as it was. It was just eclipsed everybody's expectations. So it was really, really, really good. I can't wait. I cannot wait for 2023. Like, I'm counting down the days.
I didn't really know what to expect when we went last year.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not
remember
gonna
saying
lie.
on the pod, we were like, it was like a really expensive wedding.
You did say that.
We said that. That's what it felt like. I was like, God, whose wedding have we snuck into here?
I mean, definitely not mine because I'm divorced. So definitely.
And you know what? I remember when I walked in the room, because obviously we're in that like red carpet bit first, and I didn't know what to expect in the other room. And I remember when we first walked in, I were a little bit like, oh, wow. Like, I remember turning around to Jamie and being like, wow, I did not think it was going to be like this. Like, it was beautiful. Cool. And then people that have been and seen it, you'll know like how gorgeous that room was set out.
So good, isn't it? Yeah, it was so good, and everyone we got to work with us was just amazing, and all of the like suppliers, and like it was just like our vision just came to light. I'll be honest with you, I know you didn't know what to expect, but neither did I. I was a bit like, oh my god, is this actually going to work?
Like, is it Bruce Forsyth? It'll be all right on the night. It was
a bit like that. And then obviously we've set the bar really high, so now we've got to eclipse that, and we definitely will. But yeah, it's really, really good. So it's been brilliant.
100%.
Yeah. I say it a lot. Brows are definitely having a moment. So, you know, if you're not involved in brows, then, you know, whatever.
Yeah, get involved.
Yeah, absolutely.
The highlight of that night for me, we'd like obviously had a couple of drinks, me and Harriet. And you came up to us at one point and said, "Are you going upstairs to after party?" And we looked at each other like, "After party, I'm ready for bed." You were like, "No, upstairs, go up them stairs there. It's all UV. You're gonna absolutely love it." And we walked into this like UV rave.
I know.
And I was like, wow. It continues.
It was fun. It was definitely fun.
I had obviously up to that point had only managed to have half a glass of champagne the whole night.
Really?
I just didn't stop. And I'd got to the point where it was 12:30. Everyone was like winding down, and I was like, "Where are you all going? I'm ready to party." And then I saw you guys disappearing in a couple, and I was like, "No. I've not spoken to anybody." I then went out to meet some of the judges who had left about 1 a.m, and they'd gone clubbing into Birmingham. And I didn't get out until 5 to 3 a.m. and got knocked back from 2 nightclubs. Just for the time, not because the state I was in, but couldn't meet them because it was so late. And you know, if you get knocked back to clubs at 3 a.m, it's definitely time for bed. So I was raging. It was good.
Oh, funny.
How did it, Debs? How did it all come about? Like the Brow Awards. How did you think like we need this for brows?
You know, so I there's been loads of awards, and in particular in the lash industry, in the beauty industry, and I've been watching the industry get bigger and bigger, and I've gone from being more of an educator to more of a mentor in the industry, and the industry was just crying out for something. So I'd actually I was a judge at Rachel's Lash Awards last year, and the year before last, and I'd said, "Listen, I really want to do a Brow Awards, but I don't want to do it without speaking to you. I'm all about collaboration," and I don't just say that, like I genuinely am. So I was like, I want to do it with you guys. What do you think? She was like, "Yeah, let's do it." And that was it. Brow Awards was born. So first ever trademarked industry specific Brow Awards, and we try and keep all of the stuff that you don't like about awards, and we've tried to drift it out. So it's real proper judging. It is completely blind. It's not just who your pal is that wins, which I've been involved in competitions like that, and it just winds me up. But also and then you don't have to go to the awards itself to win. The awards party is actually just a party. You're going there for an industry-specific party. You don't have to go to win. Yeah. As proven, we had people from Australia win, we had people in America win, and then we had obviously quite a lot in home soil, but the majority, it was just a real big split, and it was really good to see all that come together. There was so many different countries there. I think I counted, there was like nearly 20 countries represented actually in the room who paid on their own money to come.
Yeah.
That's amazing. On your first one?
I know, because I were quite by how many like different people from all around the world were there, and like how iconic as well that the first ever one that you've had, you obviously, you know, you had Kelly Baker there. Amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's amazing.
That were a goal for us to get to, obviously, like be there with her. Obviously Jamie met her before, I'd spoke to her online and stuff, but never actually been there. And you know, it was really great for us because we got to, it were a really good networking night. I think not only for us, but I think for like, everybody. Like we're a really good networking night.
I think so, and I think we forget in the brow industry. See, if you're part of a team, you're really lucky. But actually, the majority of us, we're on our own, or you're part of maybe just one or two people. So you're really talking to your little brow bestie.
Absolutely.
So to come along to something like this is invaluable. So we set up the buddy group, which turned into the best thing. I had to mute it. I'm really sorry to anybody that was on the buddy group, but I did have to mute it because I was so busy. But people made actual friends. They're like actual really good friends messaging me saying, "Hey Debs," although that did cause issues with seating. "Hey Debs, I've made best friends in the buddy group and I'm not sat anywhere near them. Can I now sit with them?" And I'm like, oh, really? But you got to meet people in the industry and people loved it. And you got a chance to meet people that actually understood what you did. You know, I mean, my best pal is my best friend in the whole entire world. She doesn't really understand brows. Whereas my brow besties absolutely get it. So no, I think from that. So I think it's really good for the industry to have it because everybody's in the same boat. So onwards and upwards for this year. buzzing.
Can't wait for them this
Mhm.
I
year.
know. I'm so
I know.
excited. We've already
I
been
know.
Googling outfits and like what we're going to wear and what we're going to have made.
Same. I was like last year, I had £1,000 worth of returns. £1,000 of returns. I was like, how many dresses?
My God.
True story. I had a Nadine Marabi on standby, and I was like, right,
yeah.
obviously. And then realised that everybody and their granny was wearing Nadine Marabi. I was like, okay.
Yes, they
So,
were. They were.
Yeah.
Because after it, when I saw it in the room, I was like, I looked at that. I tried that on.
Mhm.
And I was thinking, thank God nobody turned up in the same outfit.
I know.
Can you imagine?
Well, I'll tell you a little secret. So Kelly and the beautiful Jade from Brow Bible were both going to wear the same outfit, and thankfully,
my God,
they both told me the benefit of having I'm all about the girls. I was like, hi girls, you're both wearing the same outfit. Somebody has to pick. And bless Kelly, she did bow out with dignity. She said, right, Jade can do it. And then she picked something else. But she had problems with her legs anyway, so it was probably better for her. But yeah, this I think we need to, it's like prom, isn't it? No one wants to wear the same outfit.
Yeah. Should all have like a group where we send in our outfits and say, is anybody wearing this?
Right, that sounds like a really good idea. I think we should do that.
Yeah, definitely.
I were all right because there were about 10 guys there.
Actually, there was 20 guys there because it was 10% of the room.
Really?
You were definitely the only one in blue gloves. Definitely the only one in blue gloves.
Definitely, darling.
Yeah, and sunglasses.
I love that.
And sunglasses. You were, yeah, iconic. Absolutely. I can't wait to see what you wear this year. I'm so.
Well, Debbie. Well, we do. All we know is that it's got to like our outfits have to like kind of match a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it's good. Yeah. It's really exciting.
God.
Brow Awards 2023.
Yep.
Is going to be bigger, better.
Yep.
And just crazy and out of this world.
Absolutely. 23rd of September in Birmingham again. Very easy for everyone to get to, so that's why it's Birmingham. The hotel itself is amazing, but also it's really cheap to stay, so it's really accessible for no matter where you're coming from in the UK, airports, etc. And if you're coming from overseas, it's a really accessible place to get to. And it means you're not paying an absolute fortune to stay the night. You know, we looked at London, but you're paying a couple of £100 just for the hotel. Let's move past that, right? Us Northerners don't really like that. The more money for the bar, the better, right? So
yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we've done, and the food was brilliant.
I thought it was I thought it was a really nice venue.
Yeah, they're really good, aren't they? We've dealing with the same ones this year again. So yeah, all good. New improved entertainment, which I can't tell you yet, but the last year was just amazing. So I'm a wee bit nervous that it's not as good now.
Oh no, I'm pretty sure it will be. It will be turned up. Don't worry. It will. So you're also involved in something called the Brow Mag. So people who don't know about the Brow Mag, just tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so if I've not gave up enough hours in the day, I also have a free magazine. So I know, seriously. So I used to own a magazine in Glasgow called the Glasgow Lifestyle Magazine. So it's not as left-wing as you'd think. Why not bring together my two loves, brows and a magazine? So it was the world's first digital industry-specific brow mag. If you go to the Instagram, it's just at the Brow Mag. There's only about 1,000 followers on the Instagram, maybe just about 1,100, but there's 15,000 subscribers that get the mag every quarter. And it's free. So you can jump on there. You know, we do a wee bit of advertising for some people that want to advertise. Teeny amount, like honestly, it's just to cover their costs, and that's it. Yeah, it's really, really good. And it's good because I try and involve as many newbies as well. I want to get people.
Let's
get our newbies involved because we were all a newbie at one point, and I'm really keen to try and help people be empowered. And I do troll for people. So if you get a message from me saying, "Hey, it's not a spam, it's not a spoof. I'm not trying to con you at £500. I'm not trying to take over your account. I'm genuinely going to feature you." Because that's do you know what, isn't it?
You are such a good cheerleader as well. I will say that about like you are like a girl. Apart from obviously you, Jamie, because obviously not a girl, but like you're like a girl. Do you know what I mean? Like you are like a girl's girl that like supports like the industry and
One of the things I said last year in this speech, and when I had to stand and do a speech, I'm not going to lie, I nearly peed my pants. I was so scared. And Rachel, who should have been up on stage with me, had to go and sort an issue. So it was just me looking at these words that didn't even make sense because it was for two of us. But anyway, one of the things I spoke about is that we talk a lot of times about it. You know, what do? You just do brows. And I'm quite serious about this. Like, if you think about what we just do, inverted commas, just, I actually brought it back to like a business example. And what we do in the industry, in the beauty industry, it eclipses the soft drink industry. So if you were to meet someone who owned their own soft drink company, you're like, oh my God, that's amazing. But yet we all own our own businesses, or we are working towards owning our own businesses. And you say, oh, I just do brows, or I just do beauty. And you're like, no, you're part of this huge organization. So for me, it's empowering. I want to empower these people to come through, no matter where they come from in the walk of life. And I'm all for that. So yeah, anything like that I can do is the best.
Have you got any plans for this year that you can share with us? Anything happening this year that's new?
Harriet digging for the juicy gossip.
Come
She's
on,
like, tell us.
What's your next project?
I feel like I'm on an episode at EastEnders and I'm going to get into trouble. Right.
You are literally the person I look at, and you're literally like a person who seems to just have you have everything going on. You've got so much stuff going on. So
I'm so busy. Yeah. Do you know what it is? I think, well, apart from the fact I'm OCD, it's just, everything's just happening at the same time. So it's just sleep, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Okay, two little snippets. We've got 2 new categories this year. Boy brow category. Because the boy brow or guy brow, because it's having a moment. It really is. And so brows is having a moment. And I think, honestly, we're seeing guys really like getting their brows done, and they're a bit more natural, and we're seeing some of some really good work coming through. So that's a new category. And then skill, not fill, is our category. So we're looking at the real simple, lovely, just wax, very simple wax and very plain tint, nothing fancy, because we are all about the lamination and all that. But a really good job.
Yes,
that's a bit harder to hide.
Because this was originally like the OG. The tin and wax is what everybody used to do.
It's the OG, and we didn't have a category for it last year. And I thought, do you know something? We're really missing a trick there. There's some guys that maybe haven't done the lamination training, that have been in the industry for a long period of time, or newbies that are just new. Some of the work they're bringing out is amazing, and they just didn't fit a category. So do you know what? Skill, not fill. So that's 2 little snippets of information that isn't even on the website yet. So there you are. You've got it as an exclusive.
You heard it here first, guys.
I like that. And
what the Pluck exclusive?
Can they just enter themselves? Anybody? Can they? How do they do that?
So go to the website, browawards.com. We do also take nominations. So we do get nominations in. I've already had. So people will nominate. So I've already had about 20 nominations. That could be someone that you really think is amazing. I had a lovely story. I can't tell you because it's a bit of a secret and the person doesn't know yet. But a beautiful story from someone who was nominating someone else who just helped them out, and they thought their work was really, really good, and they got in touch with this lovely story. How amazing. So I get to go in touch with this person and say, hey, she's actually a finalist. She doesn't know yet, so I can't tell you who it is. So you can do it that way, or you can nominate yourself. I know that there's a lot of these things are nominate yourself, but see, unless you're actually blowing your own trumpet, sometimes these things just don't come to you. So blow your own trumpet, go do it, get the feedback, but then you're going to be properly judged by industry leaders. So it's not I've just paid for this certificate, which I've seen people say online, or I've paid for this ticket, so therefore I win. It's nothing like that. And you really do get a chance to get some really good feedback from the judges as well. So it's really important, and it helps. I think it's important for the industry. So
I always say, be your own biggest fan. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking, I don't know if to enter, or I don't want to enter, I don't think I'm good enough. You've literally got nothing to lose.
Yeah, exactly. For those that
I might enter you, Jamie.
Right, I'll enter you then.
But you know, it was funny last year because the judging was completely blind, and I mean properly blind. The judges got a list of just photos with a number. There was no names or anything on it. So all of the categories as they came in, so maybe 2 or 3 judges were judging, say, one category. So even I wouldn't know who the winner was until we'd got all of the judging in. Like, I would just get a number, and you would have to then add up everybody's number. Now, I'm not going to lie, it took forever in a day, but it was so worth it, because then you knew it was actual real winners. And it was so good to see, like, people I'd never even heard of in the industry, and then you're like, oh my God, this work is amazing. And I just think the standard of work now in the industry is just, it blows me away. So, you know, anything, I like get to party with these people there, and I fangirl over them as well. And I'm like, oh my God, you are. And then they tell me which their Instagram name is. And I was like, oh, I know who you are. So yeah,
yes.
Like all of it.
And we were laughing about this because we were like at the industry, at the, obviously the Brow Awards, we didn't really know people. We knew them as, that's the Brow Bible, that's the Brow Geek, that's Brow Code. It's so weird how you know them as their platform names, don't you?
Yeah.
So we're trying to do a thing with badges. I'm trying. I'm not sure we can, but we're going to try. So people can then have a badge with a QR code that you can scan to get there.
Love that.
So we're trying. It might not happen this year. If not, it'll definitely be next year. But we're trying to get that in place for this year, so you can actually say, "Hey, I'm the face behind such and such," and it will help.
I think we mentioned that. Yeah, I think we mentioned that in like the.
It was you guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
What
trademark?
You know, you're making waves, guys. You're making waves.
Oh God,
Debs, I want to ask
Go for it.
how you find, like, how do you manage your time? But before we get into it, we're going to manage our time and take a quick break. All right? Do you like what I did there?
It is very good.
All you brow stylists out there that are wanting to expand your business and your income, listen up. Now, have you ever thought about adding lashes to your treatment menu? Because Nouveau Lashes may just have the very course for you. In a recent study, London, Birmingham and Leeds were found to be the top cities for lash artists in the UK, with Leeds housing 175 artists, and that's our neck of the woods.
And seeing as it's a new year, it seems like there's no better time to train in lashes. So Nouveau Lashes offer training in the original LVL lash lift, classic and hybrid lash extensions. Not to mention, they do offer conversion courses for those of you that are trained in lashes elsewhere. Visit their website, nouveaulashes.com, to learn how you could train to be a Nouveau Lash artist today.
And we are back.
Hello, guys.
So we've got something really exciting to announce and to get you all involved in, because you and your brow BFF can win your way into the Brow Awards 2023. Ooh.
Yes.
We are not joking, guys.
Yeah. Okay, so keep listening.
Keep listening, because we're going to give you all the details at the end of this episode when we reveal another secret about the Brow Awards 2023. So stay tuned.
Yeah.
All the juicy gossip.
I can't wait.
I can't wait.
Can we get it out?
Can we just do this every week, guys? I really like this.
Yeah. Of course, then you can come and
This is every week.
just join us. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, Debs, you've already said, and we've said, you're doing 101 things. You're always super busy. How the hell do you manage time and time off?
Sorry, you said words there that don't really make sense. What was that again? Time off, yeah. Okay, so on a serious note, I actually don't know what time off is, but do you know what it is? I actually, you know the saying, if you find a job you love, you never work a day in your life. That's kind of the truth. I know that's a wee bit cheesy, but it's true.
It is true.
My background before I came into this industry was in the bank, and that is a banker with a B. Just in case there's anybody out there having a wee nosy now. Oh, there'll be a few people on that, by the way. Anywho, so do you know what? I was in the industry for a long time, and I thought I loved it. And then I had been interested in beauty for a long time. Again, it's a story for another day. But when I came over into this industry, I just love it. I genuinely love it. And if I'm sitting working and I'm answering queries, or my inbox is going a bit crazy, I try and give everybody the same me all the time, because I'm really grateful. That's the truth. This is an amazing industry to be part of. And when you get to this point of being in an industry you love, it doesn't feel like work. So yeah, my time off is kind of this. So there will be time that I need to disappear and people will probably think I've died. But until then, you're stuck with me. So
oh God, yeah.
Funny.
And we actually took a tip from you. I think we mentioned season 1 where you put on your emails like, I know that you'll say to people like, I know that your working hours are different to mine, or I'll respect that you're not going to get back in touch. And I love that idea where you actually have an automated note on there that says, actually when it's not my working hours, I'm not going to reply to you.
But do you
ever have though any non-work hours?
Do you know what happens? I go and then I stop. So I'm either 100 miles an hour or 0, and I'm nothing in between, which is a really weird thing. And I'm sure that will be diagnosed by somebody as something. But and I'm fine, and I'm really lucky. I'm healthy. I had a period of really ill health a couple of years ago where I actually had to get an operation last year. So I'm so grateful for still being able to do this. So I think that's it. And I know my body. So if I really need to take time off, I'll take it. But right now, I love what I'm doing. I love what it is. And until there's a stage where I think I don't want to do it anymore, then I'm just enjoying it. So why not? This is like one big party for me, so it's great.
Yeah. Do you do like a 7-day week then, basically?
Yeah. I do. I don't. I mean, some days I will work till really late at night, but I try and have like a tip. I like a Saturday afternoon. I like a little a Saturday or a Sunday sesh. Yeah. And when I say sesh, I mean sesh in the pub. So. Sometimes you'll get gobbledygook from me if you message me, but no, I do. I like 7 days, and then if I need to take some time, then I will, and then that's it. And it's just the way I work, and that's
so
it.
You have no set. Yeah, well, if it works for you, then yeah. So you have no actual set time off. You just take it as and when you want it.
Yeah, isn't that really good though? That I completely am in control. Like, so if I feel like Wednesday afternoon because I don't know, stayed out too late or something like I'm away, then that's entirely it, and that's the good side. Even when I had my operation last year, I still worked, but only because I'm so used to it now. And if I'm not working, I kind of don't really know what to do with myself. So for me, it works. It doesn't work for everybody, and I don't have children, so I totally appreciate, and that's why things like that on my out of office is. I appreciate your time as much as mine. So if I'm messaging at 1 a.m. because I'm still awake, that's not on them, that's on me. And I try and be really mindful of that. I had to work at that because that was a really hard thing. It was like, why are they not replying? You've got to work at it, and I think you just have to work towards it. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. So God, that sounds so sad.
No, I think as well, like in this, as well as like for us who, like if your clients are messaging you and you're saying like, I'm not going to reply outside of these hours, it doesn't mean all the time that you're just not doing anything. No, or you're doing like the 101 other things that come with this job and with this industry.
1,000,000%. I had a chat with someone recently about it, and they were really upset that someone had messaged them at 2 a.m. And what I was trying to explain to them was that just because they messaged at 2 a.m. didn't necessarily mean that they wanted to reply at 2 a.m. They were maybe a mum at home with like really poorly children, and they were remembering, I must do this. And the first they got round to it was 2 a.m. It could be anything. So I think we're in a time now whereby we are so accessible all the time, but just because that person is messaging you at 2 a.m. doesn't mean that person necessarily needs a message back. I mean, if they do, quite, stamp it out, don't be messaging at that time and expecting a response. But it's about being mindful that everybody's times are different to one another. And it's a really good thing, but it can also mean that you can't switch off. And I'm probably a really bad example of that because I can't switch off. But I understand that if you've got family and obligations and stuff, you just have to. You've got to deal with things at home, and that's how it works. So,
and I think a lot of people are like, I'm very much, if something comes into my head, I have to do it, or like I'll voice note Harriet like random stuff. that's like a mammoth task at like 6 a.m.
Yeah.
and she's like, not today. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know, I just
did
need
it
to
this morning.
physically get it out and say
Get it
it.
out.
So I feel like I've done it in my head.
Yeah.
And I've started it.
Yeah, I think you've got to.
He voice noted me this morning, like saying something about like something that's happening way in the future. And he's like, what are we going to do about this? And I'm like, Jamie, it's like 7 o'clock on a random Thursday morning. Why are you worrying yourself about that? Like why are you even thinking about that? Like, and he's like, oh God, he cares too much. I don't care enough. So in between with the perfect balance.
The yin and yang, right? That's exactly it. That's what you need.
Yeah,
exactly.
Funny.
I calm him down. He stresses me out. So yeah, motivates me.
I love that. But that's what makes these things work. You've got to have the one or the other, because if both of you were 100 miles an hour, both of you were like, didn't really care, nothing would get done, or you would be fighting all the time. So that yin and yang is what makes this work. I mean, you do work really well together. You give me a giggle all the time. So it's good.
Thank you. So, Debs, have you got any, if you were to speak to somebody that was getting in the industry, have you got any advice that you would give them for being successful and getting into this industry?
Yeah, definitely. I think to continue your education, no matter where you are in your journey, for me, that is huge. The amount of people that I come into contact with and say, oh, I did that one course. You're like, is that it? I take courses for other people all the time. I continually educate myself. And I, because at the end of the day, things are changing all the time. You want to keep your finger in the pulse. I think that's really important. And then also, and not to blow the Brow Awards trumpet, because it doesn't necessarily mean to have to be the Brow Awards, but actually getting feedback from your peers is the best way to develop. It really, really is. And then also a little bit of kindness goes a long way. We don't have to be bitchy. Everybody's got a set of brows.
Yes. Preach, sister, preach.
Exactly. I see it a lot. People are really protective. I totally understand it. I really do. But honestly, look at what we're achieving by coming together, rather than it being one person. So honestly, these are the 3 things that I try to live with all the time, and I find it's done me good. So keep your education up, collaborate all the time, a bit of kindness, and then just look for feedback within your peer group, because you'll learn more than you think. So
yeah, definitely. And I think you can never stop. You can never stop learning. Again, going back to season 1, giving it another plug. But we did an episode on it, and I think as soon as you start to think that you know it all,
that's it.
You're just going to get left behind, because nobody knows it all.
Yeah, no.
And trends and fashions and treatments and all the other stuff is constantly evolving, and you've got to keep up with it.
Yeah. And people are so good. Like, there's certain things, I'm, because of the job that I do now, like, I'm not necessarily doing brows all the time now, which actually kills me. But anyway, sad times. But I'm looking at some of these newbies coming through, and actually some people have been in the industry for a long time, and they are banging out some brilliant brows. And I'm jealous. Of course I'm a bit like, oh, look at them. But I send them a little message. These are amazing, like whatever, because I think it's really important to keep that going. And from that side of things, it's teaching me stuff. There's things that I see online, and I'm like, oh my God, how does she do that? I must find out. And you learn stuff. There's certain things I've learned recently about like under highlighting and stuff that I'd never even thought of. And I'm like, where did you I mean, these girls are living in like 30-30. Like, how do you do that? Trade secrets.
Debs, is there anything that you know now that you wish you knew kind of at the beginning of your career in the beauty industry?
I mean, not everyone has the same heart. I know that's a really, really sad thing to say, but I think we do have to be mindful that not everyone has the same ideals as you. They're on the same journey. If someone's in a lane that's not your lane, let them stay in their own lane. And I know that's a little bit contradictory to some of the stuff that I say when it comes to all being positive, but it's not all positive. I've been the on the other side of some not so positive behaviour, and I do try and come above it. I know I'm doing quite a lot in the industry. That can come with good things, and it can come with bad things. Of course it can. I'm quite strong, I'm okay, but I've told people off in the industry, and I mean, I've gone proper stop bullying, because I actually think it needs stamped out. We're not kids anymore. We're not in the school.
Definitely.
So I think, but just be mindful that if there's someone in the industry, something's happening, because there's been something happened recently in the industry, and if something's happened and you're not sure and you've got someone you trust in the industry, don't keep it to yourself. Go and speak to somebody.
Yeah.
Don't worry yourself about it, because, you know, as they say, a problem shared is a problem half. Is that how they say it?
Yeah, and I think as well,
I
always think as well, Debs, you can't please everybody.
Exactly.
And I say this to my girl salon, I'll say, you know, like if they get one bit, if they think that a client is not happy and just cannot actually satisfy that client by whatever they do, I will say to them, look, just if it's something you can fix it. But if you can't, you can't please everybody.
Exactly.
Like, even I can't please everybody. So,
exactly. And just because coming to client things as well, you know, not every client is going to be suitable for every single treatment. I think that's really important as well. I think if I was to answer that again, it's probably my first one, but not everybody's suitable for every treatment as well, and actually understanding what you're doing. So just be mindful, not everybody has the same heart as you're, the same trajectory, and that's okay. That's absolutely fine. So that would be my advice. Yeah,
you can't meet you've got to obviously meet people's expectations, aren't you? Realistic expectations. I love that advice.
I think as well, when social media is such a big part of the biz now,
I know.
I think you've almost, and it's a shame that you've got to have a bit of a thick skin when you're putting so much of you, yourself, your work, your business on social media. Because like you said, not everybody has the best intentions or
exactly. And I think it's hard. I mean, I'm struggling with TikTok, really struggling with TikTok just now. You know, I was never a huge fan of social media anyway, and now I'm just like trying to speak to my 15-year-old nephew if he'll help me with TikTok. But that's what happens, right? A bit like we just said, if you don't keep on top of stuff, you get left behind. So I'm trying to learn, and I'm not great at putting myself online. I'm better at helping other people, and that's just me. But you know, I'll learn. But I think, you know, to be mindful that things do move, and social media can be really, really, really tough on you. Really tough.
Oh God.
Do you know the thing I wish we could get rid of though? And I'm just, because I see it quite a lot, and I know that we've got this huge thing where people need to up their prices. I feel as an industry we all need to get behind that. I really wish we could get rid of this. I'm really sorry to my customers. I'm really sorry, customer. I have got to put my prices up because of, right. I think it's time that we actually just got and said, do you know what? We've been carrying this price for a long time. My prices is going up, and everybody jumps on it and goes, well done. Yeah, you deserve a decent wage, because this, I'm really sorry I have to put, and I know that's a bit contentious because you don't want to lose your customers. I totally get it. But I think if we all just signed up to this same like list of rules that says we're going to do it properly. And lastly, that deposits are not even in discussion. You pay it and that's it. And then that would be it. The world would be a much easier place for us all, wouldn't it? Wish list.
Yeah, definitely.
You won't go in Zara, would you? Kicking off saying, you won't go in Zara kicking off saying that blazer's gone up.
I know.
Yeah.
From last year. Your blazers used to be 50 quid and now they're 80. You'd never dare.
Yeah. I mean, I know we're all shocked at the prices of Primark pajamas going up, but we won't complain, would we?
Well, buy them. You know, and I still buy them. Exactly. Well, this is the thing, right? And actually, if I've been going to the same person for a long period of time, and I think, do you know what, they're having to carry the cost of that, and they've done that for a little while, but I value them. Then you find it, and I know that it's difficult because we've got to then find the money. But I just feel like I just see it all the time, and I just think, own it, and just say, this is what I'm doing because I value my time, and I want to continue putting the food on my table, because that's essentially what it comes down to. It's roof over the head and food on the table.
I think upping your prices as well kind of shakes off some. I need to be careful how I say this.
I know
some
exactly
clients what you mean.
That you don't really want anyway.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you're going to keep those loyal people who are, really supportive of you, your business, and your skill. And the people that are just there, they're the ones that you're going to lose. So don't stress about it.
Yes,
so
sorry, go on, Debbie.
No, go ahead.
Because as well with my clients as well, I always think the people who are loyalist clients and the ones that are like ride or die with me wouldn't care if I put my price at all. No, and they're the clients, they're actually the clients that spend the most money as well. Yeah, actually, they value you and your time. It'll always be this person that comes maybe once or twice a year that prices have gone up, and they're like, oh, well, so-and-so can do it me for cheaper. They do it at this
seriously.
price.
Get gone.
Yeah.
Go then, because I don't want that customer. I don't want that clientele. I don't want them to feel bad that you know about my skills. I know what I'm worth, and I'm charging you what I'm worth. So you know,
my a true story, when I went through a horrible divorce story for another day, but I went through some money problems because of that a few years ago now, and at the time I couldn't afford to get things done the same amount of times as I did before. I still went to the same person, paid her prices. I just maybe went one time less a year because I loved her. She was great, and I was like, this is where I'm going to go. And that was just it. And then eventually it was, it was fine. I could go back to my normal routine and stuff. But that I think that's what you'll see. People might not be able to go the same amount of times. So you're still technically making the same money. It's like, but you get a bit more time back, or potentially you can take on other new clients, and that's essentially what it is. So everybody's got a set of eyes, and I just think the market for this is there, and we just need to own this stuff. I really, really do. So
yeah. So Jay,
good advice. Go on.
Do you want to talk about the Brow Wars 2023?
Do I?
Go on. I'll let you do it.
I'm a bit scared.
Go on. You've been down to do it.
So obviously the Brow Awards 2023 is coming up in September
the 23rd.
23rd of September.
Yeah.
And me and Harriet went last year. We had an absolute ball. We just launched the podcast.
Literally a week before.
Yeah. We've been having talks with the lovely Debs. And get ready, because we are involved.
We are involved. What you are is involved. I'm so proud of it.
I know. Really so.
We've got involved. We cannot wait to show you what we've got in our little heads.
Yeah, we can't say much more right now because it's a bit of a secret, right? Are you gonna give them any hints?
I feel like we can say what it is.
Go on then, one. On you go. Yes. It's full of secrets, this one. So go on then.
Right, go on, Harriet.
Right, we are hosting the red carpet for the Brow Awards 2023. Yep, the red carpet's going to be hosted by What the Plug. Yep.
Woo!
I'm so excited. I'm absolutely buzzing about it. Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be amazing. It's just perfect, isn't it? Like just perfect. Yeah.
I'm so excited.
We're so excited to be involved, and we're honoured. Definitely.
I think
it's going to be fun.
I think it's a bit of you guys as well. Like I feel like it's got you guys written all over it. Like seriously, come on, you get to see everybody coming in.
We get to look at their outfits, talk about oh my god, who are you wearing?
Who are you wearing?
who are you wearing tonight, girls?
What's your name and where did you come from and who are you wearing?
Yeah. So we're taking over the end
of the red carpet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we're going to be recording an episode of the pod. So
yes, we are.
We're going to be interviewing you guys that are attending at the end of the red carpet, getting some questions, finding out who you are, where you're from, what are you wearing, what you're looking forward to. And there's going to be a bonus episode of What the Pluck.
I feel like you should do like that. You should do those wedding ones. It's the at the beginning or the end.
This is my name's Harriet and this is my first drink.
And my name's Debs and this is my last drink. You'll have to find me in a club somewhere though, I'm afraid.
Honestly, guys,
God, we're so excited.
Yeah,
I've already got mood boards. I know how I want it to look. Harriet obviously is just like,
I'm just going along. I mean, some things I'll say, whatever. This is my he said to him, whatever. I'm just like, whatever. Because I think he'll change his mind 100 times anyway before it happens. So I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Debs, I feel like you might live to regret this, because when I'm like a bridezilla on the day when we clipboard walking around being like, Harriet, do this. You
with his earpiece in.
Somebody else earpiece, like, get the balloons up, right? Get this, right? Hang this.
I know.
You'll be like, fucking hell, who
There's a crease in that carpet.
A mic?
No, do you know what? Actually, I'll be really glad to stand back and go, I've now got time to get my makeup done. I'll catch you later. Enjoy.
You don't need to worry about nothing for the pre-party, Debs. It'll run like a well-oiled machine.
I'm a wee bit
Yes, don't
worried
worry
though,
about it,
because
Debs.
I'll probably come along and enjoy it and then not be able to see any of my words on stage. So
Oh.
Oh God.
Also, with the Brow Awards, we mentioned earlier that we were going to be doing a giveaway. So
Yes.
we have teamed up with the Brow Awards to
Yep.
give away 2 free tickets
Yep.
to the Brow Awards 2023. And if that wasn't, good enough,
pretty good.
you're going to
That's
be
pretty
on
good.
the What the Pluck table with me and Harriet.
Yes. Oh,
So
do you know what?
good.
You're going to have such a laugh. Whoever you are, you're going to love it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can guarantee you're going to love it on our table.
Am I allowed to enter? Can I enter? Can I have
I'm sorry, Debbie, we've not got room.
I know. I'll be like, oh, look at them over there having fun as I'm standing there going, are these awards done yet? No, I'm joking.
Debs is going to stick us in corner. She's going to put a table over in back corner out at way. She's going to be like, those 2 are trouble. Stick them at back in corner.
Funny.
You're gonna be front and centre with buff brows, and you'll just be like right at the front, and it'll just be like that's the entertainment there. Sit and watch.
Yeah, definitely.
So, if
thank
you're
you so much, Debs, for coming on.
It's been really good. Thank you.
So
So
if you're
how are
listening
people?
to this, go on.
How are they going to win the ticket? Are we going to tell them
Well,
on the
It's
socials?
a very good question, Debbie. So when this episode goes live, we want you to head to Instagram and have a look for our post about this giveaway. All you need to do is tag your BFF, your brow BFF.
Yeah, brow BFF. Yeah,
And then,
and that could be anybody, right? It can be anybody as long as we'll have
as long as
fun.
they're in the industry,
yeah,
that'd be good.
Yes.
And they've got to be available on the 23rd of September.
And the 24th to recover.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
And you get an amazing goodie bag, guys. It's so good. You get an amazing goodie bag. You have an amazing party. You get to see those. What more could you want?
I know. Honestly, it's really good. It's actually a really good prize. And as I said, I'm really considering entering under a false name.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for having me on. I've had a blast.
Thank you for coming on, Debs, and being our first guest.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you so much, Deb.
Okay, well, I will speak to you later.
Yes, see you later, Deb.
Thanks for always championing What the Pluck, and
thank you.
We'll be back next week, guys. So we'll see you later.
Yes. See you later.
Bye. We are back for season 2 of What the Pluck.
Yes, and this season is sponsored by Nouveau Lashes.
So head on over to Nouveau Lashes UK on Instagram for some serious lash envy.